Hi, Tony here. Thanks for joining and direct to the point. This is a follow-up video on the previous video that I made. It was about how to change Africa. I think that was the topic, how to change Africa. And African problem is not leadership. The problem with Africa is not leadership. The problem with Africa is society. The African society, the African people are the problem with Africa, not even our leaders. It's our society as a whole. The problem, obviously, of all the continents, Africa is the least developed. And like I said, the problem is the society. In order to change our fortunes, or in order to be more developed as we would like to be, and in order to be more developed than any other continent that has ever existed with humans, we can be number one. And in order to do that, we just need to make 1 or 2 or 3 changes here and there. And those changes are supposed to be directed towards changing the society as a whole, not leadership, society as a whole. Once you change the society, once the society is development minded, the leaders who come from this society are going to be development minded. If you choose leaders from a group that has never even thought about development, a group that always think development is someone else's responsibility, then that leader is not going to do anything, because he's coming from a society that is not handling things the way they're supposed to be handled. We should think of development as a spirit. Think of development as a spirit that you have to summon. And in order to summon it, you need to do specific things. Africans, we believe in spirits, so don't be afraid. Okay, I've never summoned any spirit and I've never seen any spirit, but African tradition believes in spirits, I think. Most African traditions. So think of development as something you summon. And in order to summon it, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things specifically the way they're supposed to be done. If we ignore, then we are not going to get the development that we crave for. There is no race that is more ignorant than the black race, the African race. I don't know if it's called African race or black race, but there is no one more ignorant than a black man and woman and child. We leave things as if they're supposed to be done by someone else. Yeah, and even after we choose the people who we think, okay, now this person is supposed to be responsible for the development of this country or this continent, we ignore all the bad signs that these people emit, if I can say that. If we continue ignoring things, the leaders will not do the things that they're supposed to do. So my point is, leadership is not the problem. Society is the problem. These leaders come from the society. So we need to change the society. In order to change the society, we need to change like the pillars of society. And the pillars of society, in my opinion, is parents determine the society. These are the things that determine society. Parents, media, religion, and education. That is schools. If parents talk about development every time, okay, not every time, but most of the things you talk, 70% of the things you're supposed to be teaching your kids are supposed to be geared towards development. But that's not what parents do. Parents buy children toys and electronics, and these children don't use these electronics for education purposes or what. 90% of the things Africans do with technology is entertainment. So if we change things like that, if you can get your kid or your child an electronic thing, and emphasize on the use of educating themselves, Monitor the grade, the improvement in grade. Monitor everything. Emphasize on, okay, tell this, you can as a parent you can decide, I'm going to give my kid this technology. If they improve in performance in school, well and good. If they don't improve, I'm going to take away this technology. It's as simple as that. Let us not just give them because they are supposed to have them and then ignore everything else. That is one. Parents are supposed to be more watchful of what the children do. Number 2 was what? Religion. No, let's not go to religion yet. Number 1 was parenting. Number 2 was media. The media, the news that is being covered by journalists every day. At 7 there is news. At 3 p.m. At 7 p.m. there is news. 3 p.m. there is news. 11 p.m. there will be news. Tomorrow if you wake up in the morning, I think 5 p.m. there is news. 7 p.m. there is news. 9 p.m. there is news. 12, I don't know if 12, 1 p.m. there is news. 3 p.m. there is news. There is news in one day. There is like 6 times or 7 times the news is being circulated. If the media change the coverage that they are giving people, if there's a politician who is saying nonsense, or there's a leader who is saying nonsense, something that is not relevant, don't give them air coverage. Don't just cover something because you need to cover something. Cover something because it's what's needed by the society. If someone calls a rally, a politician calls a rally and then start talking about how the other politician did this and they're supposed to do this and we need this politician to combine with this so that we can take down this. No. Most of the time, the strategies and the squabbles, I don't know if that squabble is a word, but I can make it a word. Because that's what these politicians and these leaders are doing. They squabble. They do nothing. When you call a rally, you're supposed to ask people, what do we need to do next? In all rallies called by leaders and any political person, it's supposed to be about development. What can we do to develop this area? What do we need to change in order to be in a better place? But no, you can watch our news. You can watch all African news covering politics. All the rallies in Africa that are being shown in media, they are not about what do we need to do in order to improve this. It's about strategy, about this, about political strategy. How this political party can defeat the other political party. And people have somehow gotten addicted to that. They are like fans now of that. Every time there's news, that's what people watch. Instead of watching for the things that are supposed to lead to a better place and a better environment and a better Africa. So news, that's where we need to change also. Cover things that are encouraging. Cover things that are geared towards development. If a leader or any politician is talking about anything else other than development, don't cover them. Don't show them. Don't show them in the screens. Don't give them time. Don't make someone who is in Turkana see someone who is in Nairobi talking nonsense. Let us just give, the media should just give airtime to the people who deserve airtime. And if there's someone who's doing something bad, cover that something bad and tell people this person is doing something bad, and it is. We should judge ourselves. We should judge for ourselves what these people are doing. Cover the things that are being done well and cover the things that are being done badly. And condemn the people who are doing it badly. There's a lot that's supposed to be done there, but I'm just covering summary. We go to religion. When you go to churches or mosques, if you are a Muslim, church if you are a Christian, any religious place that you go to, nowadays it's not about, I don't think religious leaders are preaching or sending out the message that they were supposed to, or the message that a religious leader is supposed to send around. Religion, in my opinion, is supposed to shape the society. People are supposed to live, the way people are supposed to live is what religion is supposed to cover most. People's lives, and where the good that this person is doing to this person, and how good the relation, I don't know how to put it. Religion is supposed to guide people to live better and be better people in relation to the society that you are in. We are supposed to live as society. We are supposed to live as one, and religion is supposed to like cement that in people's minds. And if you can cement in people's mind that we are all one people, yeah, the thing that you are doing is supposed to be good to you and good for you and good for the person who is next to you and good for the next person who is going to encounter that thing. That is what religion is supposed to be spreading. Oneness, togetherness, love for one another, caring for one another, unity, and God. First of all, God. But God is all those things. God is unity, God is love, God is care, God is word. That is what religion is supposed to pass on. But if you go to churches, especially Christian churches, now they're just focusing 10%. The more you give, the more you get. This. Nonsense. There are even churches in South Africa where they were saying a pastor resurrected someone. And there were thousands. I'm not sure if there were thousands, but there were many. If you look at the people that the camera covered, there are many people. There are hundreds. And they were cheering that a pastor has resurrected someone. There is a church here in Kenya, where a pastor on the pulpit insults some of the people who comes to his church. He insults people in other churches. He insults people in other places, some musicians. He insulting people's mothers in church. And the next Sunday you go to that church, you'll still find people packed. Society, the way we have gone, we have reached a place where our ignorance has made us stupid. Ignorance can make you stupid, and that's where Africans are heading. I think we're almost there. If we are not there yet, we are almost there. And if we don't change now, we are going to be in a worse place. Religion should focus on uniting people, making people think as one, and once you think as one, you're going to think development. Because if I'm going to do what's good for me, and it's supposed to be good for you and you and you, it's supposed to be something that's development. Number 4,